Well, hello folks, it's Jamil for Gunstock Reviews, and today we're going to talk about Ruger 1022, one of the most famous firearms in the world, because like McDonald's, they have served millions of them. So they have made, I lost count how many million 1022s they have sold. You know, how many times have you found yourself going on a hike and thinking, gosh, I wish I had my 1022 with me, but it doesn't fit in your backpack? Yes, Ruger does make a 1022 carbine that is a takedown. But what happens if you already have this one and you want to take it with you? Well, guess what? Archangel Manufacturing, the makers of Archangel stocks, now has a new product. And this is the QBD, the quick breakdown stock. So let's go ahead and install it. First thing, safety always. Make sure your 1022 is clear, no ammo on the chamber. Pull the bolt back and stick your finger in there, make sure it's clean, no ammo. We're going to take down your screws using a slotted screwdriver. We're going to remove this part first. Well, this could be first or second, doesn't really matter. I usually take the screws off the stock completely and I keep them for later. Then we're going to remove the barrel band using the same slotted screwdriver. You don't have to take it all the way out, just enough to loosen it, and remove the barrel band off. Keep it, you're not gonna need it anymore, but keep it. Now, in order to remove the stock, it is safer for you to make sure the safety is in the middle. That way the stock will easily come off. Okay. One thing to be careful here is that these pins, that one, and that one, usually come off. This one is fairly tight, but if you want, you can put pieces of Scotch tape on both sides. Always clean it well before you apply the Scotch tape, and you piece a little piece of Scotch tape here, here, and here. This will make sure your pins don't walk out. This one is fairly new rifle, and so it's not going to happen. First thing, next step is to get an Allen head set with, I rather use the one with the ball ends on them. So let's do some nostalgia here. Who remembers going to a Radio Shack to buy tools? This is over 20 years old when Radio Shack used to be something. They had actually stores. Using a 5/32 Allen, you begin to loosen the two screws on your V-block. So these screws are really, really long. That's where the ball end works great, because you can actually work at an angle and remove the bolts. You're not going to need the V-block or these screws anymore, but always keep them just in case you want to assemble it the same way again. So next step is remove the barrel. This barrel, being factory, removes real easy. Some barrels are really tight, so I would recommend that you go take it out and clean the surfaces really well with acetone if they have used thread locker or something like that. So you clean the inside really well. I like to use a little bit of lubricant oil, so we can use the factory barrel. I had another factory barrel chopped down to 16 inches, remove the rear sight, and put an A2 flash hider on it. Or you can use a aftermarket barrel. This is a Brownell's M4 barrel with a PWS Triad flash hider. Why? This thing is not going to do much of anything in a 22 long rifle. It's just there because it's cool. So we're going for cool factor here. Okay, the stock comes with an instruction manual. with all the parts and everything, but this video is so cool, you're not gonna need it. So throw this away. Comes with another screw for installing the action. It is a hex head screw. We're gonna go ahead and put that in a minute using our hex set wrench set here. It's 5/32. And we're gonna take the action. We already tested this. When you disassemble it, you're gonna have to make a little effort to make sure that it is correct. So, where to go? The first things first, we're gonna take the stock apart to assemble it. First things first, parts of the stock is the stock area that locks in to store away, okay? This stock has also a storage facility in it. After pushing these two buttons simultaneously, it opens the storage portion of it that you can put ammunition, cleaning kit, bore snake, anything you want to put in it, lock it back in. Okay, to install the action, make sure your safety is in the middle, and you're going to go in and back like so. So this area here is going to go in a little notch in here. A couple of tricks. This is going to be kind of tight to begin with, and then when you put the screw in, the screw will actually act as a tensioner, and it will make it tight. So 5/32 wrench, make it tight. Okay, note, there are torque specifications on the instructions. I'm just using that as my torque specification. When it stops and it bends a little bit, that's good enough. This adjustment knob on the toggle, which the first thing you gotta open this toggle to is tighty-righty, lefty-loosey. So we're gonna keep it and then we're gonna adjust it to see how much tension we need. With the toggle open, you install the barrel. And you're gonna know the barrel is perfectly installed when it locks in. See, barrel goes in, it will index itself there, but it's a little play. Well, the toggle is gonna fix that. And here's one we're gonna adjust the toggle to your specific barrel. Try to close it, that's kind of loose. So we're gonna tighten it. It needs to be kind of tight. It's almost there. Remember, like I said before, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. There you go. Now your carbine is ready to rock and roll. One thing, this one specifically, this is for me, I'm gonna put a scope on it. So I don't have iron sights on it right now. You just put a Ruger sends with their rifles a little scope mount. I'm gonna get a Weaver one, and I'm gonna put a dot scope on it. Most likely, I'm just gonna put one in front, one small piece of rail here, and put a little dot scope like Fastfire or the Leupold Delta Point Pro or something like that. Something small, compact, that I can toss in the backpack. Now, how do we disassemble it and put it together in the field? So again, lock it back, open the latch, remove your barrel. See what it says fold in there? You press there, close the latch, snap it, and guess what? The barrel goes in here. It's kind of tight, but it will lock in place. And here it is, ready to go in your backpack. In order to remove the barrel from the stock, because this barrel is held safely there now, there's a little lever here behind the trigger guard that you press on and the barrel comes loose. This will make sure that your barrel is always kept safe and it's not going to go flying around. Locks in place, press, comes out. And you're ready to assemble it again like we showed you before. Okay, here's comparing the Archangel stock with the 1022 with a Kel-Tec Sub 2000. About the same size. This is ready for your backpack. This is ready to go backpacking. You have your 9mm, you have your 22 long rifle. Your choice. Take them both. Heck, you have a big backpack,